Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Hey Hire Us podcast, the season 2 finale.
Ooh,
Dun dun dun.
the best finale.
With your hosts, Ariel.
And Abigail.
It's just us
And
two.
that's it.
There's no guest.
People just start exiting out of the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm so sorry. We're not interested.
They're like, anyway.
I'm gonna laugh. Please don't exit. We're just here to chat and talk about our feelings. OMG.
If you stay till the end, you'll get a code from our sponsor.
We don't have sponsors.
No, we were gaslighting though.
If you stay till the end, we'll be friends.
Yeah. You want to hold that promise, Ariel?
Actually, no. Maybe we'll see.
What is this parasocial relationship?
We'll see. We'll never know. Anyway,
we're surrounded by friends right now.
yeah, we are. If you're watching the video recording, we both have Haikyuu backgrounds, as it should. Anyway, how are you?
We're asking each other how we are, as if we don't live with each
know.
other.
As if we don't see each other every day.
And complain and vent.
Sometimes I don't see you though.
I
there are
know.
days where I literally do not see you at all because we're just cooped up in our rooms working.
I know. It's
We're
sad.
Just kind of sad, yeah.
Literally, I go downstairs to eat. I'm like, I wonder how Ariel is doing.
But yeah, what has life been up to lately? Do we have a schedule for this? I don't even know what we're supposed to fully talk about.
We could answer the questions that people have for us, and then because some of the questions might
That's
be
true.
about that, and then talk about our life, and then do the speed round at the end.
That's true.
The first one was from Caleb and he replied to my personal account, and he was like, he sent a GIF that was very good. He was just like, it was like, first one, first of all, how dare you? I'm like,
how dare you, Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb, want to fight? Let's fight. We know you're listening. And if you're not listening, then you're not a good friend. JK.
Next question.
Jillian.
Oh yeah, it's Jillian. Hi, Jillian.
Hello.
I hope you're doing well. Jillian says, "Hello, hey, hire us!" Exclamation point. Want to ask what to do if you're not applying, and how do you handle rejections? This is a great question to start things
kudos.
off.
Just laughter.
Sorry, my brain is kind of dead. What do I do when I'm not applying? Funnily enough, I'm actually not applying to animation jobs as of right now. This will segue into my life story. Not really story, but how it's been for me. This is the Ariel segment of the show right now. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna grab the mic and perform my TED talk. What is it? It's the end of August. I will be going home. I'm moving back home to the Philippines in a month, essentially. Actually,
sad.
Less than a month. The countdown has begun. Yes, I will be moving back home. And I haven't told anyone else except close friends and family. And it's kind of weird to I don't want to. I know. I also don't want to say it because it makes me sound ungrateful, in my opinion. I don't know. I just feel awkward about saying it. But I personally, I feel like I'm gonna take a pause on applying to animation jobs, mainly because one, I am very burnt out.
Yep.
I'm at a place right now where I don't even know what kind of art I want to make for myself. And it's hard because for the past year since graduating, it's my brain is just hardwired to oh my gosh, I have to make this so a studio would like me, blah 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 blah. That's all there is. But within the past year, I mean, good things have happened. I've been freelancing constantly. I've been able to freelance and support myself constantly throughout this entire year, which I think is a great accomplishment.
Yes, you should be very proud.
I got to freelance for DreamWorks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It looks so good, all your work.
And yeah, that's it. But yeah, what do you do when you're not applying?
I just want to say that please don't feel guilty when you're not applying, because I feel like you have to be in a special headspace to apply to jobs. And I used to be really guilty. I'm like, oh, I should constantly be applying to things because people were always like, I wanted to make a comic about this, like, oh, it doesn't hurt to apply and like always go for this, and like always, like, even if you didn't update anything, it doesn't hurt because something might happen. But honestly, it's exhausting. Like,
Yeah.
it does hurt a little
It
bit
takes a lot out of like you
Mhm.
emotionally, and it's
Yeah.
actually very tiring. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, go
formatting
ahead.
cover letters and like
Mm,
updating resume and like reaching out to recruiters, it does take
yeah.
a lot.
It's a
So
lot. That's a lot of energy.
yeah. So when I'm not applying to things, I'm still doing other stuff. Like, you're still working on, you might be working your portfolio or like even just taking a rest, but I feel like it's okay if you're not always constantly doing stuff towards the application or
Mm.
towards like your portfolio. Just, you need to take a break because
You know what
or
Abby and I have been doing? We got back into watching K-dramas.
yeah.
Abby and I, well, Abby forced me to watch Hospital Playlist with her, and now we're fully caught up with season 2, and it's been a time. If anyone's who watches Hospital Playlist, please tweet us so
Yes,
we can talk
please.
about it.
It's so
with you.
good.
But yeah, that's what we're doing when we're not applying.
Yeah.
How do you handle rejections?
You just
You just handle it. I don't know. I reached a point where I'm like, eh.
you have to be like the water off a duck's back. Like, it goes. And I feel like
Sorry, I'm like, I was like, what is that expression?
that's a phrase,
Is
right?
it? I was like, I don't know.
Like water off a duck's tail or a back, like, because water just like
Anyway,
it just comes off it. But I feel like we talked about this before. This was in our first episode of like there's two different types of
I
people.
should re-listen to it because I definitely am not that person anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, eh.
we were so optimistic, but also pessimistic as well.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't even remember. I don't remember what we were like in that episode, but I know like we were like, are you an Ariel or Abigail? Like, are you like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting to see, or are you like, oh, it is out of my head, and I'm still like that because I can't afford time to worry about it unless they're like, hey, we want to interview. That's when you worry about it. But once you apply, just don't care about it anymore.
I
'cause
think
it's out of your hands.
I think the way I've changed, even though there are days where I'm like, oh, my skill, it like, you know, you have those days when you look at your skill set and you're just like, oh, what am I doing? But like, I think the way I've changed is like when I get a rejection now, I'm like, it doesn't speak about me as an artist. It's probably just I'm just not the fit they're looking for.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially like with how I've seen my art grow over the past year. I do know that I have like a certain like aesthetic. Every artist has a certain aesthetic that is often associated like with their work. So a lot of the times, you know, it's not that they don't like you as a person. You're just probably not a right fit for whatever project they're looking for. So that's something I've learned, that I'm like, it's not about your skill set, it's about how you fit in visually, like your art fits in visually. Am I making sense? I feel like
yes, you are making sense. I also feel like, because there are different types of rejections. There are the most common type where you don't hear back until like 6 months later, and then you get a rejection email out of the blue somewhere, and you're kind of just like, oh yeah, that was 6 months ago. I'm kind of numb to it. Sometimes it hurts, but sometimes you're like, okay, whatever, I don't really care anymore. Then there's other rejections that hurt a lot more because you might have gotten to like an interview phase with the company, or you tested with them, so it looks like things are looking up, and then you get ghosted or just rejected outright. And I feel like you can handle both of those rejections in different ways, and that's okay. Like, just because you might be taking the other rejection a little more hard because you got to the interview phase doesn't mean you're like weak or whatever, because you're like, I handled the other rejections well, why am I like this with this one? Like, this probably means a lot more to you, and it's okay to feel like bad about it. Like, I feel like you need to process those emotions, and like, because I'm the type of person to like push it away, and then sometimes it gets so bottled up. Like, I didn't realize I was hurt by like all those rejections until like the final straw, and then it just all burst down, because that happened to me like recently. And I feel like, you know, understanding those feelings and understanding that you're valid for having them, like that, like to other people you're like, oh, it's just rejection, it doesn't really mean that much, but it's totally fine for you to feel like really sad about it, and also just take care of yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
it kind of sucks that maybe seeing other people get accepted and getting like a
Yeah,
job,
I was gonna
like
bring that up. Is like I think what also makes all of this feel a lot tougher on us personally is when, because it's such a close knit community, especially with like social media now. You
mhm,
literally see everyone sharing their life updates and sharing their victories, but like other people's success doesn't mean like you're going down. You're
mhm,
like, I that's something I've like had to learn. Like it
mhm,
hurts. Like jealousy is completely natural. It's just how you deal with it.
mhm, exactly. And I feel like just because you feel jealous doesn't mean you're a bad person,
Mm,
and you can humans are complex. You can feel happy for your friend for getting that job and also sad that you didn't, and also jealous.
mm-hmm.
And I feel like as long as you're not like taking it out on that person and like
Yeah.
hurting their feelings, and you have to like learn how to process it, but like you can like talk with other people and like
Mm-hmm.
just like be like, hey, this is a private matter, I want to vent to you, like we don't want to make it about that. Maybe don't even mention that person, just be like, I've been feeling bad because I've been seeing people, and talk to other people, and like connect with other people through that
Mm-hmm.
shared hurt, but also like protect yourself. Like I feel like I went through that of feeling really down, like in a really low place, that like any sort of like any positive news kind of felt like really made me really feel bad about myself. So if you want to take a break from social media, take a break from Twitter, and just like take care of yourself, and then you'll eventually get to a place where you can congratulate other people and feel good about yourself. But
Mm-hmm.
it's totally fine for you to maybe step back and like just process it by yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
not because social media is a lot, and a lot of people, they only show the good parts, so that might make you feel bad. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Anyway,
we're still on the first question.
I know we went like so deep already, but yeah, thanks, Jillian.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We
hope
love
you're
your
doing
art.
well.
We are
Yes,
fans.
everyone, please support Jillian. Her art is so great. Anyway, next question.
Or
Um,
Caleb.
from Caleb again. What are your long or short term plans for the podcast? We're gonna figure that out because I'm gonna be moving back home, so we're gonna be figuring that out through with the time zones and everything. Also, the Philippines doesn't have great internet connection, so I'm like, ooh. I literally told Abby, I was like, ooh, we're gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah.
This may
So there
be the
might
last you'll see of my face.
no. You'll just have to be like
I'll
a
just,
talk, like a
yeah,
PNG
like a
like VTuber.
PNG tuber. I'll be a PNG tuber.
Um
But yeah. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I do want more like episodes where like you and me are just like talking. What if we
mhm.
rebrand lol? It's gonna be fun. You know how some podcasts like evolve? I think that would be hilarious. But I don't know, we'll see. It's fun to talk to people about art. Um I will be honest, like I think like just because I've been so burnt out about like animation and everything, it's been tough on me emotionally to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna support everyone like wanting to go in animation, but I'm
So
like,
we'll branch out to other fields.
yeah, I know, I'm like, I am exhausted. But yeah, no, it's always, but the best part about like, doing this is just being able to like talk to people,
Exactly.
especially like with the recent guests we've been having, because like for season 1 it was mostly our animation friends, and then we've gotten like other people who are more focused on games, on illustration and comics. It's just like, it's so cool to like learn what people are into and how whatever, or like what got them into like being artists.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I love hearing about projects, and
I
I love
know.
hearing my friends hype themselves up. So it's always fun.
Yeah, we will stick around. We're just gonna figure that out
Yeah.
because life has been getting quite busy,
Yeah, for both of us.
so we shall see. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, Caleb.
Anyway, next question is from Vanny, and they said, "Hi guys, I wanted to ask, how are you guys going about balancing creating new work for your portfolio, applying to jobs, all the while also creating work in other areas, comics slash illustration, etc. Also, how are you guys doing? Thank you for asking how we're doing."
Yeah, doing great? Question mark. Getting by.
Existing.
I'm existing. I'm a little tired because I've been doing a lot of
Mm,
work, and yeah, my neck is hurting. So
Oh my gosh. Our neck has been, both of our necks have been hurting, and thank you, Lee, our
This is
roommate,
bad.
who has a massage gun that is very scary, but it works. It helped me with my neck kink. I was just like, oh god, it hurts, but now it's
But
better.
how do you go about balancing new work for your portfolio? To be honest, I haven't
What
made
new
anything.
work?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say. I was like, I haven't made anything new for my portfolio because I've been so busy with freelance, and also I've been quite burnt out.
Yeah.
But you know what I do? My problem is I have so many ideas. Like I still want to make so many things, except artistically, I'm at that stage. You know, there's always that point when in your like art life where your brain and your hands aren't just meshing and creating the right thing.
It's like that chart.
yeah, literally I feel like my brain is just so advanced, but my hand is just falling
Dragging
behind.
back.
And I'm like, so that's what's been happening with me. So I haven't actually been drawing a lot.
Same. I don't sketch anymore. I don't have time for
I'm
that.
trying. I mean, like I have been drawing, but it's not like. How do I say this? Because I did some doodles on my sketchbook, but it's not like stuff that I'm like I feel like I made. You know what I mean? They're just there just to get like energy out of my hands.
Yeah. I feel like recently if I'm not, because I've been taking online classes and then doing work, and then I recently completed a comic that was a lot. So when I'm not doing stuff for classes or work, I'm like hobbies. So I'm not doing as much like maybe personal art because
Same,
I'm
actually.
tired.
But I guess that's an answer. It's like try a new hobby.
Also
Yeah.
like yeah. I feel like it's so hard to when you have I'm like it's so hard when you have so many things to make new work, and you feel so guilty that you don't have new work in your portfolio, but it's also like I don't.
I think
I'm trying my best.
well, I guess my answer to this question is because especially it's balancing new work for your portfolio plus applying to jobs. I think that's why I personally feel like I need to take a step back because I feel like I'm losing track of who I want to be as my own artist instead of like having my identity dictated by like what industry or what field I want to enter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that
like,
totally makes sense.
I for me personally, I have to step back and figure out, okay, like what do I want to draw, like just for me, without like thinking this is gonna get me hired.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
talked about this before. Just like
Yeah.
doing art more for yourself.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have like it's a hard question to answer. I just feel like taking care of yourself and knowing what to give up, like knowing that it's okay that maybe you didn't do that sketch or didn't put as much time into that commission because like or whatever, like know when to step back and how to evaluate like what is more important than the other, and also your life can exist out of doing stuff for your portfolio, and it's probably healthier that way.
Yep. Yep.
But it's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hope you're doing well balancing that, but just know that your health, I can't say your health and mental well-being is worth a lot more than whatever art you are making for your portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a whole lot of something. I don't know.
I know.
It's 9:48 p.m.
It's fine, but I apologize to all the listeners if this is actually very sad, but we're just here chatting. Sometimes our discussions may get a little deep. This is just how it is.
It's like yeah.
Yeah, and our last question is from Natalie, Ketchup Kiddo.
Hello.
Hey, Abby and Ariel.
Ketchup.
Has the growing experience both of you gained within art/animation shifted your perspective on the podcast and its goals?
Whoa. Thank you for a great question, Natalie.
Whoa.
I think like it's almost been a year since we started this, and
I know.
Feel like
I kind of forgot when we started. Did we start in November or October?
I think we started filming in October.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like just from this 1 year, just like while applying and like hearing all the experiences from our peers and like seeing stuff on Twitter, like we've learned so much from what the industry is.
Mm-hmm. No, and you know what's
And
also
yeah,
nice? It's also nice to hear so many of our friends who are just chill, and I'm like, you know what? I should be like you.
honestly, yes.
Cause like you think everyone is stressed, but like sometimes you just gotta chill.
Yeah,
And
like
go with
some
the flow.
people, when they answer the question, I'm like, how's the jump hunt? They're like, actually, it's pretty good. I'm like,
I'm like,
yes.
you know what? Cool. I think that's like the one like I think guess shift in perspective that I'm like, oh, I don't have to be like this. Like what's the word for it? Like this like wired and like antsy all the time.
Mm-hmm. High functioning?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because some people are just like taking it day by day.
I also
And
feel like
yeah.
we became more realistic with
Mm,
how like this process is, because I feel like in the beginning we're like, oh, we're struggling a little bit, but we're probably gonna get a job soon, and now we're like, you know what, it's fine.
it's cool.
Because we're cool beans with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, yeah, I feel like we're more relaxed. Like in the beginning we're like, you know what, we're here out here and things are like stuff blah 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 could be better,
Mm-hmm.
but now we're just like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna adapt with whatever the world gives me and deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these questions and these answers might not be the best, but
I know. I'm so sorry, but yeah. What else? What else have we like really learned? I don't know. Just from the whole year, I gotta figure myself out.
Mhm.
That's all.
Yeah. I don't know if my editing has gotten better at pod or whatever, but podcasting is a time, and I'm very thankful to Maria who helps edit these podcasts. Shout out to her.
Not
Sister.
gonna lie, talking to people has trained me so much for job interviews.
I know, right? I feel like we both really improved at interviewing people,
I know,
which is
like
great.
interviewing people and also like just learning how to ask questions. It helps me when I get job interviews. Cause now I'm like, oh, here, blah 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 blah. Like I know now like what's kind of structure or like how to present myself. So that's a random
Yeah.
thing that's like helped me along the way, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like in the beginning I was like a little too much, like overbearing, but then now Ariel's like, I am here and I am asking and I am talking to people.
Yeah, but yeah. I guess that's a good, cool thing. And
I think
yeah.
we also like we got better at asking like different types of questions, because we got
Mm,
kind of tired with our questions like in the beginning, and I think we got better at making our guests comfortable maybe.
yeah, true.
Message, you can DM us if you have any suggestions, please, to get better, any
Yeah.
guests or any listeners. But yeah,
Yeah. Those are our questions. Clap, 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 clap.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for asking, I mean, those questions so last minute
Yeah,
too.
what are we gonna do now? Oh, someone asked us a question on Instagram.
Oh, what?
But I'm like, controversial. Just kidding, it's not very controversial. Oh. What do you think about the VFX/animation industry? We don't know anything about the VFX industry, so we can't answer that.
All I know is that we hope that they can unionize soon, because there's so much crunch culture in
Mm,
those industries, and I'm so sorry.
mm,
Yeah.
about the animation industry? I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble if I speak stuff because we haven't literally. Well, I feel like I've only literally just dipped my toe into the into the pool that is the animation industry. So I don't know. I feel like I don't exactly have a say yet, but
Do you have any like things that you learned from being a freelance artist on with DreamWorks?
development's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Development's fun. I really don't know. It's hard to like go ham about this without getting in trouble. You know what I mean? We're probably gonna edit this out. But
For me, I didn't talk about this even on my Twitter, like my public Twitter. I haven't talked about this, but I recently have got my first freelancing storyboarding gig. Woo woo woo! in animation, so that's been cool. And
Hell yes.
from like the little bit that because I've been like doing it for a week and a little bit, is that I'm kind of just taking note on like how the director gives notes to their storyboard artists and what I would do to make it even better, kind of like to make it even more clear. Because sometimes I have to like message the director and be like, hey, were you like saying this? But it's not like the director is like really bad, but it's just like, oh, I really like how they did the note here, but I think I would also do this to plus it, because I feel like that's what I want to do in the future, is maybe a story director. So I'm learning like that, and I'm also learning be organized. So be very organized, like naming conventions.
Yes.
I don't know if that's thoughts on animation industry. It's just what I've been learning on the job.
I have a lot of thoughts on the industry, but I also don't want to anger people, because who am I to say this? You know what I mean?
Wait, I want to hear your thoughts.
I don't know. It's just we can expand more.
Mm-hmm.
We can literally. I don't know. Like, I know it's a lot of like legal issues and everything. Maybe more so about like, yeah, it's a lot of like immigration issues. So it's more on that. But like, it just kind of sucks that all of these internships, trainee programs, whatever, it's always like international people welcome to apply, and then psych, it's actually not that way.
Yeah.
And another like thing is like when it's all I think that's what like super wore me out also, is like constantly asking for new voices, and then sorry, I keep saying we're probably gonna edit this out, but like
I mean, we've talked about this on the podcast.
I know, but
before.
like it just, I still feel like it's hard to say. I still feel like we haven't seen a lot of like diversity or like new things.
Yeah. And it's just like, we know people are trying, but it's just like other people, like
I know
executives who are mostly white men, are just like, no, we're not gonna go with that, or we're gonna do remakes. So it's just sad. Yeah.
Here are some thoughts on the animation industry. I do think that we could still do better in like expanding the industry outside of LA.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's so hard when we just pinpoint, the center of everything, the Los Angeles.
Yeah.
One, LA is expensive. Two, there's so many talented artists who are, not from LA, outside of the US, but it's just so limiting just to have everything in one location.
Yeah.
That's it. That's actually a good thought that I want to put out there. I truly think the animation industry can expand its horizons.
And I feel like the pandemic shows that it's possible.
It is possible, which is strange, just because like at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was like, animation's gonna like soar, but I feel like so limited to California.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, but anyway, that's a thought we have.
Yeah, it could be better. It could always be better.
But here we are. Anyway, what shall we talk about now?
Best compliment you gotten.
Oh, someone told me, the person who recommended me for my freelance DreamWorks gig, I'm gonna cry just thinking about this. Said that my personality. I think like not even just like this person, but like a lot of people have said that my personality and personal voice really shows through my art, and I think that's always like, I don't know, that always like touches my heart every time someone tells me that, because that's always what I want to shine first. I'm like, I have something I want to say and show and showcase, and I hope it's like being portrayed properly in whatever I make. So whenever people tell me that, I'm like, cry, a single tear.
That's so sweet.
A single tear. What about you?
I feel like I have two. If Kylie's listening, I just like, because she's been in class with me, and I feel like anytime she's like, oh, I see that you're really improving, like you've really improved from the beginning of class, that makes me really happy, because I'm like, I don't see it, but I kind of see it, I guess, after you saying that. And also for my horror comics, when someone says it's scary, because I'm like, is it scary? Ever want to quit?
Know what? Not gonna lie, sometimes it do be like that. But I'm so sorry. This episode is so sad, guys. Like season 2 finale shouldn't be this sad. It's so weird. Like there are times when I'm literally calling my parents or literally talking to Abby. I'm like crying, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but at the same time, it's like I love drawing. It's like the one thing I love doing so much that I don't want to stop. But I'm like, boy, is it hard.
Yeah, I mean, when I had a little breakdown as well recently, and I remember like I was like going to apply to retail jobs, and like Lee and Ariel were like telling me to take a break from applying for storyboarding, and I was like, maybe I should have done comics or something. But that made me feel like really sad, and then I got the freelance thing, so I felt a little better after that. But that was
it's so funny, but there's still so many things I want to learn. That's also like the thing. I'm like, I want to learn so many things. Like I want to learn book design. I want to brush up on my graphic design skills. There's so many things I want to learn. I just want to learn.
That's a positive note. I want to learn more.
I want to quit, but like I want to learn, so I'm gonna keep chugging along.
Yes, we're all about that. We haven't quit yet, so
yeah,
shows we're still in it.
What else?
I mean, these are all negative, but they're like kind of the more interesting questions. Any insult you've gotten?
What do you mean? Like
on your art?
Have I told you any? Like I probably have, but like I kind of forgot about them.
Well, you're telling the people.
I literally don't remember.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I guess. It's like, I think every time, on the rare occasions I do see like random like weird comments, I'm like, what the hell? And then I laugh about it, and then somehow I forget about it.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't really gotten like
I'm trying to think, because I think I've gotten like funny, like weird ones, and I'm like, where is the context for this? But I don't know.
I feel like the only thing I can think of, which isn't really an insult, which is a stupid thing that a person from the school I graduated from, a certain professor said was like, it was something along the lines of like, your senior film shouldn't be personal or something like that.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay. Anyway.
Oh, but then I know now, but like I don't want to say it.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know if this person would listen to the podcast, but I thought it was really insulting, as even if I gave the work, they asked for a refund.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. Anyway, on my art, I really haven't. I guess I just like blanked out and like forgot about whatever.
Also, I guess our followers are nice because they're not insulting.
Hell
us all the
yeah,
time
we got a great, we got a great community.
Favorite place to draw? That's an interesting question. Is it favorite place where you
desk? It has to be desk. I can't draw on my bed. I don't know how some people sit on their bed and like do stuff. I'm like, no, I can't.
That was me in SCAD. Like I used to just draw on my bed,
but
now I like more at the desk. Maybe because I needed more structure when we were in quarantine. But I used to just draw on my bed all the time. I don't really like drawing in my room for some reason. I like drawing, like, I just like being around people, so I like drawing, like, in the living room.
Oh, as a kid, as a kid and up to this day, I like working on the floor.
Ah, that's so cute.
Oh, I have an insult that I remember. It is so funny. Well, it's weird, but, like, I remember I was doing, like, work, and then I was supposed to draw, like, a Filipino family, so obviously I'm, like, drawing, you know, based on, like, what I know and people I know, because hello, I am Filipino. And then they were like, this does not look Filipino enough. It doesn't look authentic enough. And I'm like, so to me, telling that to me, a Filipino, I was like, what? That's random. That's not really an insult, but that's just like something funny.
Mm-hmm. A piece you can't finish is a very interesting question. I have a lot of whips.
Yeah, I have a lot of, well, not.
Is there any piece that you just dropped for whatever reason?
Let me look at my whips.
I know that it's on my iPad. My iPad's on my bed, so I don't know.
Lately, one of my favorite songs is Jackie Onassis by Sammy Ray, and so like the bridge on the like nearing the last chorus, it always has like the nicest picture in my mind. So I have it sketched out, and it's been there for months now. So I haven't finished it. That's a me issue. Yeah. It's been here since July. Last opened July 25.
Oh my gosh.
um
There's been stuff that I dropped because I'm like I know that there's comics. I know that there was one comic project that I did at SCAD that I just did not finish.
There are character
Like, I
design
wanted to color
lineups.
it and I did not.
I have
finish.
character design lineups that I have, but I have not finished.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish it. Like,
We'll see
looking
one
back,
day
I'm
when
not
I
going to.
go back into it. But yeah, what else? I drew during the Olympics hype because I was very much following the swimming events. I drew a swim team and then I didn't finish it. So that's fun.
Your views about copying is a really interesting question.
How far is copying? That's the question.
I
'Cause
feel like
random
there's studies.
random
They do art
thought.
studies.
Random thought. Like, actually, funny enough, this is not based on like, drawing or illustration, but if anyone listens to the pop music, so trending on Twitter. Trending on
Or
Twitter.
TikTok?
No, not Twitter. I mean, not TikTok. Twitter. Like literally today, people have been talking about like Olivia Rodrigo's music and how like she's not. People are saying like she's not crediting like certain like riffs or whatever, or like certain elements of the songs that are like that sound like previous songs. And to me, it's kind of like I feel like that's the thing with every other art. Like, you will get an element from an old thing,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow it will end up in your work. The way you get out of that copying accusation is if you make something new out of it.
Exactly. Like, you can look at other people's art and see something that you like
Yeah.
about that art and take it into put it in your own.
Yeah, literally. As long as you, yeah. So I'm fine with copying to learn, but not claiming it as your own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my view. Because
Yeah.
I learned how to draw by tracing witch comics. So yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that's just kind of part of the art journey.
Yeah.
Like, that maybe sometimes even young artists might blatantly copy someone,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't attack them because I feel like they might not understand that what they're doing might not make the original artist feel good. And maybe they'll just grow and learn from that kind of thing. Like, it's not like I'm saying like that's okay, but I also feel like I understand maybe why a young artist would like copy someone's art because they really like the person and they want to draw like them.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not going to be an exact copy, and they might just unknowingly put their own spin on it too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think to get out of copying also for a lot of young artists is the trick is you don't just look at one person's work.
Yeah, that's
why
true.
you have to look at a bunch of different artists and then literally Frankenstein things you like from their work and combine it into one thing.
I feel like another way to do that is like copy whatever, like do an art study, because that's what you have to do in art school. Like you take an artist's work that like a master copy, you do a master copy of like a really good paintings, and that's a way that you can do that with like maybe more modern artists or like artists on social media that you like is copying like their artwork, like copying exactly what their artwork is, and then taking another subject and trying to emulate that artist with that new subject. Like, maybe don't even look at it. Like, once you're done copying, don't look at the art anymore. Don't look at the artist, and then try to emulate that artist in that new, like, you draw a cup. And I think your style will come through. Like, because I don't think it's going to be an exact copy if you're not looking at the artist, but you're going to have elements of that artist. So it's like, that's a way you can use copying to grow your own art.
That's true.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject, and I feel like in the end you don't want to be someone else's like double, especially if they come first and they're like really talented. You want to be your own person. So you can use their stuff as inspiration, but it's gonna use it as tools to make your own special style or whatever it is.
That's true. What else? You know, I'm gonna ask you this: what art classes are you taking? Because it says, "Have you taken art classes?" Abby is always taking an art class, so tell everyone what you're doing.
I'm taking a storyboarding class right now with Warrior Art Camp, and I'm only taking one class, which is good.
Okay,
sometimes I took like 2 classes.
This is a better
at
question.
once.
Did you take art classes before college?
I took like one oil painting class.
Same.
And then figure drawing class.
I never took
figure
figure drawing
drawing class.
until college.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like heard about it from how did I even hear about it?
I feel like I just wasn't aware of like a lot of figure drawing because I've only found out about a few figure drawing sessions like after freshman year in the Philippines. And funny enough, they made like a figure drawing with like local dancers, which is pretty cool.
That's so cool.
And then me and my friend did it out in the park while getting eaten by mosquitoes, sadly.
Oh my
God. But yeah, I took like classes like, you know, those like casual like art classes, but I didn't. People always ask me this before college, like they were like, "Do you have like training?" So I will honestly say that like for most of it, I'm self-taught.
No, yeah, I felt like with the painting class, that didn't really leak into my personal art. It was more like I was like, oh, that looks like an interesting thing. I'm gonna learn how to oil paint, and I like copy a photo that I took, and yeah, I don't think it really snuck into my more personal original art. But
I like this
it was
question.
so fun.
Recommended art supplies, because even though we're digital, we mainly work digital. What do I like to use? Gouache
Procreate.
is great. Oh. You can do digital. Okay, digital recommended tools for beginners. Because funnily enough, my sister was asking me for like starter tools. My sister bought her first like drawing tablet.
Ooh, nice.
Which is very interesting. I'm like, wow. We are paving the way for the youngins.
I feel like Procreate is a really easy drawing program to get into. Like, because it doesn't have as many things that can like
if you have an iPad,
you.
Get Procreate. Invest in it. It's a one-time thing. Do it. Digitally, honestly, just get a tablet. You don't need, if you're starting out digitally, don't get a Cintiq. Do not do it. I know I've had like younger people be like, "Oh, do I need to buy the tablet with a screen?" I'm like, you don't. Don't do it unless you're gonna take this seriously. Don't.
You want like really cool things with MS Paint now because it's like really advanced. There's also like a free version of Photoshop called Photopea. It's only on the internet on the browser.
Ooh.
Also, Clip Studio Paint is really overwhelming,
Powerful.
But it's cheaper than Photoshop.
Overwhelming, powerful.
Yeah.
Clip Studio goes on sale almost all the time. So if it's on sale, get it because it becomes $25 and it's actually pretty great. And now if you started out on Photoshop and were worried that you're going to lose your Photoshop brushes, you can use your Photoshop brushes on Clip Studio Paint. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the Clip Studio Paint community is really so helpful. They're always like, hey, I found this really cool trick. So I feel like there's probably Discords that you could join.
Yeah.
For traditional art,
what's the
I
hip
haven't
and
really
hopping
been
stuff?
using it.
I've tried the jelly gouache. It's pretty fun. I don't paint professionally, so I don't really care if it's gonna last for a very long time. So I don't know if it's very like, what's the word for it? Like long lasting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a professional word for it, but yeah. But that's fun if you want a starter set because it's a lot of paint, and gouache is great because you can reactivate it. So highly recommend.
Yeah,
that's also
when
fun.
I was more into traditional, like I don't really do traditional like full finished pieces. I just use it for sketchbooking. And when I was more into sketchbooking, I really liked the Koi watercolor set because it was just really a nice, convenient thing that you can carry around with you. And I just like a good old fashioned like ballpoint pen.
The Koi,
Muji pen.
Okay, if you're into watercolors, the Koi ones are good starter ones, but if you wanna like move up ahead, I wouldn't like stay on the Koi because they get a little chalky. I recommend, I think it's called the Sakura, I don't know how to say it, Gansai. It's the one in the green box. That one's pretty great. It's very nice. The colors are nice. What else are watercolors? I use the Winsor and Cotman ones pretty regularly. Honestly, I'm trying to get back into traditional like art, so I don't know what else I can recommend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really sketchbook anymore, which I'm fine with. Like, I'm okay with that.
I'm trying to, but the pandemic like really killed my sketchbook. Like
Yeah.
I'm
We
pretty
can't
good at keeping
keep watch.
sketchbooks, but now it's like so empty and it breaks my heart.
I already accepted that I don't need to be drawing 100% of the time, and if I don't want to sketch, I don't have
Yeah,
to
sometimes
sketch.
it's okay if you don't want to draw. I guess that's like one learning thing. It's fine to not draw.
Also, like my sketchbooks, like when I was like younger, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like a Keller sketchbook. It was so fancy, and now I literally just have scribbles, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay. Also,
Yeah.
because I understand that the way I think isn't really through sketching; it's through writing stuff. That's how I sketch, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I can't really see things in my mind.
We can
as
talk.
much.
Yo, yeah, what I was gonna say, we can talk about that thing. What is it called?
And Fantasia or
Yeah.
Fantasia.
Abby and I had this discussion about this because we are polar opposites, like literal polar opposites. I can visualize things like pretty, like specifically down to the texture, and Abby is like,
You
no.
people can see things.
You can see. I'm like, what? But that's so interesting. The brain is interesting.
Yeah, I made it. I asked on Twitter, like, if artists who have and Fantasia, like, what do you do to, like, what's your process when making art? And people had really interesting responses. And the way I do is, like, I always, like, throw up words in my notes of, like, exactly what I want the thing to do. And then I go from there.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Okay, I don't know what else we're going to talk about. What else should we discuss for our season finale?
I feel like, didn't we talk about when we started drawing and why we like drawing
Ooh,
before?
that's true. No, well, I don't know. I literally remember drawing since I was a baby, so.
I think drew as much as any little kid a little bit, but I didn't start like drawing as much. And I wonder if it was because I was homeschooled and I was so busy with doing other random things that homeschool kids do that I wasn't thinking about drawing until I was in 5th grade and I was kind of bored in class and started doodling random hearts.
That's so
and
funny
things in
because
my
I
notebook.
was homeschooled, so I would like put art in like every school subject. So
That's so funny.
yeah. No, I drew like since I was a kid, and my mom had to like hide her books because you know how there's a blank page in
That's so
drawings,
cute.
and like some of her books they still have like the pen marks of me just going.
That's so funny.
Why
Yeah.
do you like to draw?
This is your artist statement
I
of the
know.
podcast.
It is. Why do I like to draw? Honestly, like the first thing that came to my head is like because I'm good at it.
I mean, yeah, let's go.
I don't know. Why do I like to draw?
What else can I do? I can't do anything else with my life. I'm not good at anything
Literally,
else.
I'm like I can't do math.
Can't do other crap.
It's the easiest way for me to explain how I think.
Yes, I feel that too. It's also a way for me to, I guess, process my experience and show. And I also want other people, like, I want to understand that I relate to other people because I get really happy when I see people like see themselves in my art or they
Mhm.
relate to my my autobiography comics or something like that. So that's
It's
way.
also it's a way for me to like process all the other things I'm into. Because I just
Yeah.
absorb, like, I like children's books, I like this, I like that, I like science, but I don't want to, like, do essays and everything, so I'm gonna just draw it.
Exactly.
Because it's so much cooler, too.
I guess I also care too much about myself because most of the stuff I make is based on myself.
That's fine. You know what? That's fine. Fave drawing styles? What does that mean?
Like, do you like
Let me-
realistic?
I was gonna
or-
tell you, I was like, let me tell you my least favorite photorealism.
Oh, we're gonna anger some of our listeners.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do photorealism. I get asked
Yeah.
sometimes. Like I literally have to state in my commission sheets being like, I don't do photorealism, and then people.
Oh,
are
your
like,
drawing styles. Mine is more like cartoony, I guess, and simple. I can't do paintings really at all, and I'm fine with that. Honestly,
I would say my style is like especially when I do full illustrations, it's a hybrid between painterly and geometric.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I do love textures, but I like simple shapes.
Yeah, I like texture too. I also feel like there's a difference between your favorite artist that you appreciate and you really like their style, and your favorite artist that you want to emulate their style.
Mm.
Because there's some inking styles that I really like, but I'm like, I don't think I can emulate that in my art as much, and I'm okay with that.
Which brings us to the next question. Favorite artists? Ooh. Lately, well, I feel like it changes depending on like what mood I'm in, but lately I've been really into especially since I'm trying to get into traditional stuff again. Sibylline Mainnet. She's a traditional artist. She does a lot of gouache painting and such a beautiful style, and I want to try to paint like that.
Mm-hmm. My favorite story artist that I really like is McKenna Harris. I love the way that she can invoke so like many specific and unique emotions, and she can really tug at your heartstrings. And I have like a list of people as inspiration, but I always forget their names. Oh,
yeah.
For horror comics, I really like I really like Joy-san and Skullhime. They actually inspired me to like doing more horror comics. Do you have anything else?
For character design, one of my favorite character designers is James Woods. So freaking cool, so talented. I think he's at Pixar now. Who else? I mean, Brittany Lee has always been an inspiration.
Yeah, I also like the cartooning of Hey Lucci and Quinn Theo, I guess. They're both story artists, and they also have really nice cartooning as well. So I enjoy their work a lot.
Heck yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry this episode feels like it went all over the place. We're just chilling. We're just answering questions and giving you a life update on what's been happening to your hosts.
Do you want to do a speed round or no?
Oh, we should do a speed round. Yeah, I've always wanted to do the speed round. We ask our listeners, but we're the hosts, so we can't do it.
So do you want to go first?
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
OMG, I'm so excited.
Let's do it. Digital or traditional?
Digital.
Recent thing that made you, wow, I love animation.
Luca.
Okay, favorite thing to draw or to do viz dev of?
Character designs.
Comedy, action, or romance?
That's fine. For like to watch action.
Oh, a cartoon.
Cartoon?
A cartoon you would like to live in.
Oh, that's so hard. Any UPA style? I don't know what they're called, but they look so nice.
What movie would you love to see the viz dev of?
An old movie? Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. I'm just gonna say probably like Jungle Book, the old Jungle Book.
Nice. Favorite art supply?
Oh, gouache.
Biggest artistic influence?
Children's books.
Yes. Thumbnails, roughs, or cleanup / painting?
Painting.
Nice. Instagram or Twitter?
None.
What is something you could do a TED Talk on?
TED Talk? Ooh. What is something I can do a TED Talk on? I feel like coral reefs!
Let's go. Proudest achievement?
Freelancing for DreamWorks.
Hell yeah. Horses versus cars?
I'll draw cars.
Favorite art tip?
Sometimes it's okay not to draw.
Nice. Favorite animated and live action movie?
Favorite animated movie is Tangled. Live action movie is Back to the Future.
Nice. 3 favorite artists?
Helen Chen, Brittany Lee, Anusha Syed.
Yes. Thumbnailing on paper or digitally?
Ooh, you know what? Paper is better.
Perspective or anatomy?
Perspective? No, just kidding. Anatomy. I'm lying. It's anatomy.
What do you do when you're art blacked?
I eat. Just kidding. I cook.
Favorite non-art hobby?
Crochet.
Oh my god. That's great.
Okay.
You can do it backwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it backwards for you. Okay, wait. Are we ready? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me set my timer. How many did you give me?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Why did I open the calculator?
That's such a mood.
2 minutes. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go. Favorite meme?
Look at this. Now look at this.
Oh my god. Art book recommendation.
I really like the Steven Universe TV one.
3 things you would bring to a deserted island.
My iPad, a fridge full of unlimited food, and and a bookstore.
Okay. Line art versus painterly.
Line art.
Favorite feature about your own art?
The stories.
Yes. Okay. Favorite storyboard pro feature? Educate.
Automat.
I don't know what that is. Warm or cool?
Warm.
Art block versus burnout.
Art block. I hate burnout so freaking
Draw
much.
with music or show playing?
Music.
Ooh, if your art was music, what would it sound like?
My meme music, just like the brain cell music. The hospital playlist ending song.
Drawing 3/4 face or solid color BG.
3/4.
Not favorite non-art hobby.
Reading.
Ooh, yes. What do you do when your art blocked?
Stare at the wall for 3 hours.
I'm gonna
JK,
skip
just do
some
nothing.
questions.
Yeah.
Favorite animated and live action movie.
I like Bad Genius and Animated Spider-Verse.
Yes. What is something you could do a TED Talk on?
How to find resources online.
Comedy, action, or romance?
To watch, probably like I don't know.
Romance is funny. You could say rom-com.
Rom-com, let's go with that.
Recent thing that made you go, wow, I love animation. We have 6 seconds. 4, 3.
I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. But I still want to hear your answer to this.
What was the most recent thing? I really liked Owl House, I guess. Yes.
Nice. Can I just say, it's so funny how the iPhone alarm is like, brr, 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 and then the Android is like, dun, 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 dun.
I feel like it was so slow. Like, when I'm asking questions to people, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so slow, I want to ask more. But now I understand when I'm on the hot seat, it's really hard to think, and I knew what the questions were.
I want to answer more questions. This is so funny, but I feel
What do
like
you
we're
wanna
making
ask?
our, I want to answer my favorite meme.
What's your favorite meme?
Lately, it's, I keep telling this to Abby, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
It's just all the TikTok audio.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
I really like the horse on the beach, and it's just a man. Do you know what I'm talking
No.
about? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna send it to
Can
you.
that be the meme for this episode and be like Abby's favorite meme that Ariel doesn't know?
Exactly. Wait, I need to find it.
Ooh, I will say, art book recommendations, even though, wow, we're not doing speedrun anymore, but I just want to talk, and our recording has been going for so long. I'm so sorry, Maria. But art book recommendations, VizDev Kiddos, The Art of Luca is so good. It's so good. So I would get it.
Discord.
Thanks. But yeah. Draw with music or show playing. I can't draw with a show playing. I end up watching the show, so that's bad for me.
I get too distracted.
Yeah, so I listen to music. And
Sometimes I don't listen to anything.
yeah, I remember in college I would go to your room and then you would be like working in complete silence and I'd be like, how do you do that?
I feel like I got more music, like maybe because of the quarantine again, but yeah, in college I really didn't listen.
I have
to
many
much.
playlists. I could provide Hey Hire Us with like many playlists. But
What
yeah.
else would I want to answer?
perspective or anatomy?
Anatomy. I think
I
I
was
need to
like
get better at it.
perspective.
I'm sorry. Actually, I love perspective as a story artist. And for thumbnails, roughs are clean.
Can you
I like rough.
horses versus cars?
Cars?
Yeah.
Horses.
I can't draw horses.
Weird.
Horses are scary to
They
draw.
are. Yes.
But yeah.
We need to end this episode though.
I know,
'cause-
yeah, we can. I was just gonna say that the only car I can actually draw is like a bug, or like a beetle.
Mhm.
Like the old school one. I can actually draw that like on its own, but like yeah, that's the only car I can draw. Anyway, thank you guys for listening.
Sorry, this episode was the highs and lows of the Hey Hire Us episode.
Yeah, it's been a fun time. Thank you for supporting us and thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
listening
much
to
for
season
listening.
2.
Please listen to all our episodes. Go support all the artists. They're
Yes.
great. They're lovely.
Yes, we are.
Do you want to plug yourself?
Oh yeah. Wow, for a moment I completely forgot like what my socials were. I'm Yelly Draws on everything, on literally everything.
Even your website.
yes.
Yes. I am a little more complicated. I'm Abigail, EBBIGAL on Twitter and Instagram, but on Instagram there's a little underscore after. And then and I'm on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I'm also on TikTok. But yeah, like I said, I'm Yelly Draws and everything. Continue.
Anyway, and also my website is abbyleestory.com.
Yes.
Come watch my stuff and hire me.
Yes. Yeah, you guys should send us TikToks.
Yes. Also, if you want to email us with any serious business inquiries, or if you want to offer us a job, mine is abbyleestory@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, right. Mine's arieldraws@gmail.com.
Yeah. And if you want to support the podcast, you can find us on all socials with Hey Hire Us Pod. And if you want to send us any email, fan mail, anything, you can send us it to heyhireuspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And if you want to send us money because you love us for some reason, you can get support our Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/heyhireuspod.
Yeah.
I did it.
You did.
Anyway,
it.
thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you when we come back. We don't know when that is, but you can follow us our socials to figure out when. Bye.